just be picture, picture, little bit of text. Picture, picture, little bit of text. That is 2015. Hello everyone, welcome to a new video on my channel. My name is Tessa and I am a video maker and photographer. So for this very first video on this new series, what I'm going to call About to Share, I am going to talk about how to start a successful, well, not really successful, but a professional blog. The reason why I cannot really say successful is because I never really had a successful blog, but I do know how to start and how to create a professional blog. And I was like, you know what, I want to create more videos about marketing, social media, blogging, YouTube, video, photography, basically the things I already do on my Dutch channel. So that's why I'm going to start a series. I'm not just going to make these kind of videos, but I am going to focus on it on my channel. So if you do enjoy those subjects, please let me know by subscribing to my channel. But for today, I'm going to talk about starting a professional blog. I think the most important thing is to know what for kind of niche you want to target. What is the niche you want to talk about? What will be the subject? Is there enough to tell about this subject? People will follow you for a reason. People will follow your blog for a reason. If they don't really like the niche, then they don't follow you. And if you're going to put on everything, you really have to make sure that they like you and they like the content you're posting just because it's coming from you. But as soon as people don't know who you are, they don't really care. They just look up for a certain reason to your blog. For example, if you're an Instagrammer, you want to know like, how do I get more followers? Then they're probably going to go to a marketing blog. If you want to know something about horses, then they're going to a horse blog. So you really have to target one subject, or at least something what is in a sort of a range, so people will be very excited whenever you post a new blog because they are expecting something from you. As soon as you know your niche, you really have to document everything. What do you want to do with your blog? Where do you want to be in a few years with your blog? What are your plans? What are your goals? What for kind of content will it be? You really have to pursue it as if it is your personal business, which it is. If you want to be a professional blogger, you have to pursue it as if you are already a professional blogger. That's the only way to success. That's the only way how you show that you are a professional, because you know what you're doing. And it's just a concept. Whenever I make a video, or whenever I make a blog article, or whenever I make anything, any project, I write down everything. I look up like what do I need and how do I want to go from here to there. So document it, make sure everything is written down, so every time you're lost in your content or you don't know what to do anymore with your blog, you can take a look back on it and you're like, oh yeah, my business plan, that's what I want to do, this is the reason why I want to do it. To show your readers from the beginning up till the end that you are a professional, you really have to make sure that you upload consistently. Know how many days you want to plan on posting anything, and make sure that you're actually having enough ideas to upload. When are you going to write it? What for kind of footage do you need? What for kind of pictures do you need? What for kind of research do you need? And am I on time to upload this article? And when am I going to upload this article? And does it make sense that I'm posting it right now? You really have to make a plan, like when, how many times are you going to upload anything? Because they want consistency, and you have to give it to them. You want to look professional, so be professional. As soon as everything's planned out and you know you have enough content to fill up with your blog, you have to create a name. And it sounds so simple, but trust me, it's really hard. You want to have a name where you show something about your blog. Like, I created the blog About to Share. That's why I'm calling this series About to Share, because I'm not planning on only doing these kind of videos, but I am planning on doing a lot of them. So I put it just in one series, which for me makes sense to call it About to Share, because my blog is already called like that. And I call my blog that because I created a blog about video, about photography, about social media, about marketing, and it's all about sharing. It's all about showing your life or showing your view or showing your opinions or showing anything on social media. It can be Instagram, it can be social media, it can be Instagram, it can be YouTube, it can be Facebook, it can be Tumblr. You just share. So about to share makes sense. If you're going to use a blog name, what doesn't make sense, it's not really likely that people will remember it, because you have to have some sort of a reference. Not only that, if people are going to ask you, why did you call your blog this name? And you're gonna like, yeah, I just thought it was nice. Well, that's not enough. You wanna make sure that it makes sense, because you just show yourself as a professional. You have really put into some thought into your name. Not only that, you have to make sure that your name is really unique. Like, does anyone else has already have that name? For example, I also have a company, or it's not really a company, but it's my business, and it's called Klokmedia. I started that in 2013, 2014, and it made sense for me because my last name is Klok, and I was making media. I did photography and video, and I still do. And I think a few months ago, I found out that some other guy who was also having the same last name. I'm not sure if it's family, I have no idea, but he also called his company name Klokmedia. But he makes websites, and I was like, really? We're both doing quite the same stuff, both graphic designers, both really into the visual things, and you're going to name it the same way. So was it a very easy name? Yes. And now I realize that you really have to make a name what is not very likely that they will take it from you and that someone else is doing it better but using the same name, and that all of a sudden your blog will be faded away because some other people are going to use the very same name. They put in a lot of money for some marketing, and boom, before you know it, you're gone. You can be found anywhere whenever they look up your name. You have found your niche, you have found your name, and you know what you're gonna upload. But where? There are so many platforms to put on a site, upload a blog, create your own portfolio. There's a lot of stuff. So I'm just going to give you the 3 most popular blogging sites. That would be Blogger, WordPress, and Tumblr. Tumblr is most likely to be used as a portfolio site for photographers and video makers. And then there's Blogger and WordPress. I recommend these 2 because there is a lot of things you can do with it. People know it, so there are a lot of plugins for it, there are a lot of templates for it. It's very easy in use, it's very easy to show or to actually take a look at your analytics, and that's also something you really have to do this. So that's a little small tip in between. You have to make sure that your analytics is up to date and that you can see everything, like see how many articles will do fine and which one does not, and what for articles should you upload more to get more engagement. But that's just a little small detail. I can make another video about that as well. But to just start out, you have to make sure that the platform where you are going to upload is nice and stable. And then we come to the other thing, which is called the template. I highly recommend you to invest in the template, because there are a lot of nice looking templates out in this world. You can just download it for free and upload it on your blog, and everything looks the same. And that's fine. Like, if you're good enough, then people will only go to your blog because your content is great, because that's what you want to pursue. Like, you want them to go to your page because your content is great, but you want to show that you have your own style. And with paying for a template, it doesn't need to be the most expensive, but there are so many great templates which you can customize to your own taste, but you just have to pay for it. And with paying for it and have your own customized template, you really show your own personality. What kind of colors do you really like? Do you like a clean nice looking blog? Do you want to have a crazy creative blog? That's something you can choose, but you have to pay for it, because otherwise you are only allowed to just change 1 or 2 colors or 1 or 2 fonts, and that's it. But with buying a template, you're most of the time you're having a lot of how to put it. You have so many different kind of things you can actually change, so you can just have this as a base and then change everything. So pay for the template. Then it comes to writing the articles, and I'm going to say it because you really have to make sure that your articles are looking great nowadays, because there are so many blogs out there. You want to have the best blogging articles out there. You want them to look up your blog and not some other person. Although the content might be slightly the same, yours needs to look great and just makes sense. Like the way it has been built up, the way the story goes, the way you're telling. But I'm not going to go very deep on it because it's a whole other video on itself, which I am planning on creating. So I'm going to make a video about how to write a blog. I have been doing I've been writing blogs since I was 12 years old. And I love to do it, and I think I nowadays know what do you need in your blog and what do you just... The way of writing, it's so particular how to do it in 2020 than other years. It's so weird because, I mean, you might hear me talk sometimes very strange. I mean, I notice it and then I'm just having a pause. But by writing it, you have all the time to create this perfect sentence, create the perfect words, and yeah, so I'm going to make a video about it. And then it comes to the pictures. And first and foremost, the pictures are not everything anymore. If people want to see a lot of good footage or a lot of good photos, they're going to Instagram or YouTube. So blogs are there to just be there. You don't have to listen to anything. You just want to see and read some tips and tricks. But if you're going to put in a lot of pictures, they're going to look and search for the content they're searching for. Because then it would just be picture, picture, little bit of text. Picture, picture, little bit of text. That is 2015. Actually, 2012 until 2015, maybe 16. But from there, it's more likely to have great text and just a few amazing looking pictures, because that's what they want nowadays. That's also what I'm going to tell you in about how to write an article. It's not to be, you don't really have to put in a lot of pictures, but if you do, you have to make sure your content is great. You have to make sure that you have good quality pictures, that your pictures look great, look light, look good, sharp, in focus. Because these pictures are the perfect content to use for marketing. You can post it on your Instagram, you can post it on Pinterest, on Tumblr, on your Facebook, to show that you have written a new article. Alright, so I thought I had one point left to tell you, but I already told you because it was about being consistent. So I guess this is the end of the video. Yes, it's still possible to have a professional blog. You just have to be and pursue a professional blog. If you're just going to do it because it's fun, it's going to look like that. So if you want to be a professional, serious blogger, just act like you are already. And make sure that you know what you're doing, make sure you know what you're talking about. And yes, people are still reading blogs in 2020. I thought it was dead, nobody was reading it anymore, but I started this new blog and everyone was just, the followers come up on Blog Lovin', and I was like, wow, people are still reading blogs nowadays. I personally still love to read it. So yeah, good luck everyone. I thought this would be the perfect video to start this new series on this channel with, because everything in my life, it all started with blogging, and I really hope you enjoy it as well as I do after all these years. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and let me know in the comments below what do you think of this video and what for kind of video I should make next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.